Hey, Lulu.
Hey, Jarvis. I'm coming off the escalator. I'm gonna go on mute, and until I get away from the noise, I can do the spiel in at the end of the show if you want, if that's okay.
Yeah, I was thinking like I could get it started, and I'll talk about the hot topics. I'll talk about my um experience, and then have you watched the ceremonies yet, or you're going to be watching it live on the repeat?
I'm gonna be watching live. I just looked at a little bit of it.
Cool.
You know,
How was the game?
well, the 6-6 is okay. Our rookies is not as good as they should be. And Trey Lance, I see why the 49ers never.
You're gonna love the LA part of the ceremonies. It's amazing. I actually missed the beginning, so I'll watch that for the first time, and then you can
Well,
commentate.
because I know the mayor is there, and I heard that um, uh, what's his face made a speech. Um, uh, Tom Cruise.
Ah,
Um,
oh my God, he did. He didn't necessarily make a speech, but he was Tom Cruising his balls off for sure.
so I'm gonna. Hi, Queen Carolina. I'm gonna sign off and try to get out this building because
Hi,
All
Queen.
right.
Get out of there safely.
I'm
I hate
trying.
for you to have to boot somebody in the you know what with your boots.
Oh,
But
exactly.
you looked, Queen. You look fantastic, Queen. You slayed.
Ah, yay, yay, yay. Okay, so
Get out there safely.
yeah, I'm trying to go down this escalator, private escalator. Okay. All right. Talk to y'all in a minute.
All right.
Talk
Bye.
to y'all in a minute. We're going to put this out. We're going to announce the bucket hat winner on the space. So I'm going to make sure the bucket hat people know.
Wait a second. I've got to make sure that all this is in every room so everyone knows to where to go, where to be at. Okay. So we want to welcome everybody to the closing ceremonies for the Olympics. It seems like yesterday we just did the opening ceremonies. But anyways,
Yeah.
we're here doing the closing ceremonies, and we're thrilled to have all of you with us. So
Cool. And we're going to let people pile in for a couple more minutes. Lulu is leaving SoFi, which is going to be a part of our discussion about Olympic venues LA 28. The space officially starts at 4 Pacific. So we'll give it to 4 Pacific to really get into the meat of it. But as you guys know, I just returned from Paris via Las Vegas, where I met Zach. And it was a really great experience. So I want to share some of my experiences with you. I know we talked live the night of the opening ceremonies, which was a great, really cool, very wet experience for me. I was probably out of pocket on that space a little bit. It was like 4 in the morning. But then me and Lulu are going to talk about Paris fashion. I was sending her some photos of the most ridiculous fashion, but also coolest fashion I could find throughout. We talk about LA 28. She's going to be watching the opening ceremonies for the first time on repeat. I think, I don't know. Can we do a thumbs up from everybody that watched the ceremonies live already?
I did.
You did?
Yes. I thought it was pretty cool, actually. I actually thought it was cooler than the opening ceremonies, just to be honest. I thought it was.
I loved it. So I think that we should do spoiler alert. Rosie says thumbs up. Um, for anybody that hasn't, it ends with a really epic LA sequence that just like leaves everyone shook, and then they cut back to Paris and is like, "Au revoir, Paris." All right, so it's the top of the hour here. Um, Anyone who entered the bucket contest who's attending the space gets an extra entry. Anyone who's subscribed to the newsletter gets an extra entry. Yeah, Carol, you gonna say something?
Yeah, I just was going to say that, despite the fact that there were complaints, because there's always complaints or whatever, I thought that they did a tremendous job, really. I mean, I'm sure that it is a security nightmare.
Oh man,
I'm sure that it is, but they did a fantastic job. I will give it
I
to the
was
French.
so I was actually scared when I was there that there was going to be some sort of terrorist attack. It just seemed like a thing that would happen. Like truly, I can say that now that it's done.
Really?
I felt like it was just like Paris. It's like fucking right there for the tourist, you know. But the French police were like, they didn't know where anything was as far as if you asked them a question, but they were like absolutely locked in with like crazy guns. And they also had police from other countries. They had like South Korean police, Spanish police, Italian police, like the freaking Spanish police were like caballeros on horseback. So they did a pretty good job. Like I think I live streamed some going through the security of like the stadium where the closing ceremonies were. They kind of have like an outside gate police perimeter that like they do a bag check and then you go in. Then there's an inside and then there's like, by the way, there's like food and everything else out there. Then you go into the actual stadium and you go through another check and like a magnetometer. And but they were pretty chill. I got my laptop in and my freaking GoPro in. I was like, I did that live episode from inside the stadium, which is pretty cool. Um, and yeah, so I think that they really couldn't have done a better job, in my opinion, logistically. I'm interested to see what LA is going to do because they say it's going to be a no car Olympics. I don't know if you guys saw that. They're vowing no cars on the roads in LA 28 Olympics. They're going to use all public transportation, which kind of doesn't exist here. They're they're drilling the remainder of the metro from downtown, like underground metro from downtown. They're going to try to reach like Westwood with it by 28. They have the new above ground car, like trains, which are pretty good. It's definitely the best way to go from like West LA to USC or something. They're going to borrow 3,000 buses from other cities, and I don't know. I think that they're going to have to do cars with like freaking like celebrities and VIPs and all this stuff getting tooled around different places. Like, come on. I don't know. It just seems a little bit like maybe you have to have car passes, which is what Paris did. You could apply for a car pass and the reason that you had to drive inside a certain zone. And because of that, it was better to take cabs than like Uber or they have like a thing called Bolt. So I don't know. This is I'm just going through the logistics. Telling my story for the first time, Carol.
Tell them what?
Telling the story of a lot of this for the first time. I'm still processing because it's like a sensory overload when you're at the Olympics between the events themselves, then like the areas where it's like the fan areas, and then the city is boozing.
Well, I mean, just from what I was, just because I wasn't there, obviously, but I personally, because I always make fun of the French. It's just an American thing, but there it started off really badly with people complaining about there's no air conditioning, there's no this, there's no that.
I actually got used to it. I realized it took me way too long to turn my air conditioning on when I got home. I was like freaking. It was like Stockholm syndrome.
Well, but here's the thing, though. You knew this. People knew this going to Paris. I mean, it's been something like you could have just gone on YouTube. I mean, just doing it, and they have always these European React, YouTubes about like, the difference between America and France and America and other countries. So the fact that they were shocked that there wasn't any air conditioning was just was kind of weird. But I do get the point that in the Olympic Village,
it is
they
what
probably should have. Yeah,
Yeah,
and so
yeah.
they tried very
I mean,
hard.
whatever happened, the U.S. got the most medals it's ever had since
Right.
1904. So if we have to if we have to sweat people out, then that's okay.
But I do wonder though, like,
I
because
mean, no, think about it. We probably had the advantage because our athletes could just get Amazon R2D2 units and non-cardboard beds. But if you're from friggin', I don't want to even name a country, but one that like you just like they're you're just there using all the official stuff, you maybe are at a disadvantage from the people that can actually like buy air conditioning, like a lot of our people did.
Well, here's another thing too, like the Olympics, which was fantastic, but it did make me wonder. It makes me, the fact like in 1984, which is when we had our huge haul of, and I remember watching those, but the Russians weren't here this time, and so it made me kind of wonder.
The Russians weren't here this time, which is a good
Yeah.
point because, by the way, that's why we had so many negative stories kind of coming out about the Olympics. Was that like the Russian trolls were salty that they had, what's this say, 55 athletes were competing and they couldn't compete under the Russian flag. And by comparison, they had 330 athletes in Tokyo, and this is for a bunch of different reasons. I mean, there was like the pee swapping in Sochi. There was like, I mean, several incidents, but 330 in Tokyo and 55 here, and they were competing under like the UN something, basically the refugee flag. So the trolls were a little bit salty about that.
But then again, like the Cubans, like if you like many of the Cubans, they were competing for other countries, and so it was just like you sat there, especially in track and field, and like when it came to like high jumping or something like that, like the top three were Cubans that were representing different countries. So, I mean, I saw some of the Russians that did compete for the other countries, but I just think that this was one of those Olympics that America was just not going to be denied. I think that the world was kind of shocked at the things that we were able to do,
I totally
uh,
agree. Yeah.
especially like rugby. They didn't expect us
Yeah, let's talk
to.
about rugby. That was the event I went to. It was rugby sevens, which was electric. And in the men's rugby sevens, it went France, Fiji, South Africa. In the women's rugby sevens, it went New Zealand, Canada, and the U.S. with the ladies winning the first ever medal for the U.S. in rugby. And of course, I went out. I don't know if anyone. I think I've told this story, but I went out and bought them a shot, patriotic shot, the whole rugby team. But the bartender was so enthused that the rugby team was in there. Big, I assume Russian guy, hairy guy, just rips his shirt off, and all the drinks were on the house, and it was like it was absolutely turn up. So I'll always have that memory of freaking drinking with the women's rugby team after their bronze. It was sweet.
Yeah, and the great thing about it is though, like, they're not like track and field or gymnast or whatever. They're just some big girls. I mean, they they could do damage. So it just I was so proud of them. I'm really proud, and I'm really glad that a lot of people are really into rugby sevens now. I hope that
Well,
energy
rugby
carries
sevens
over.
was freaking electric to watch because there's a game every 30 minutes. It's a rolling 15-minute game with like a 2.5 minute so it's like seven. What is like right? It's like what is it, Caro? It's like 15 total minutes. It's like 7.5 minutes, 2.5 minute break, 2 minute halftime, then like 7.5 minutes or something like that.
Yep.
Um, and they just keep going. It's like boom, 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 one game after another. So that was like I actually didn't expect that because I'm used to traditional rugby, which is like a lot of like faces and butts, situations. They had no faces and butt situations here.
Yeah, I mean, it just again, the just to highlight it, it's the fastest. It's basically they remove the slowest positions, what is considered the slowest positions, and just have the fastest position. So it's like getting rid of the defensive line and the offensive line. So in American football, and then just boom, and letting just having at it, which would be fun if you're really into this. Next year in 2025, the Hong Kong Sevens, which is something I love watching. They're always on in April, the first week of April. So, and then the Auckland Sevens are on. So, but there's U.S. teams that you can support. United States, like it's the United States Rugby League. So make sure to check them out. But be aware that the 15 side is different than rugby sevens. The 15 side is slower.
It is. Let's talk
It's a
about
lot
let's talk
slower.
about the betting real quick. So in the men's rugby sevens, the French started at plus 200, but then going into the finals had dipped to plus 550, whereas Fiji started at plus 500 and then was plus one. So they were heavily favored actually, and then got upset by France.
Yeah. Fiji, I mean, honestly, I thought Fiji would win it because they're usually they were the defending gold. They were the defending Olympic champions, and they were going for a three-peat. And so, well done to France, because honest to God, everyone thought Fiji was going to win. But then again, no one thought the Americans were going to win in rugby sevens,
Yo,
men
speaking
or
of the
women.
Americans winning 8 in a row for the U.S. women's basketball team, 1996 to 2024, 8 wins in a row, most winningest team in Olympic team sport history, which was great. The men, Steph Curry with the daggers, 4 daggers in a row, unbelievable.
That would have been amazing to have been there. It was amazing just watching it, but that would have been amazing to be there to watch him like just really put that dagger through the French heart. It was incredible watching.
It was, and then so that, which by the way was huge, as was the women's win and the women's soccer win, because even though we had 126 total medals and China had 91, we tied with China at 40 golds each. So if we would have lost either one of the basketball games or women's soccer, China would have beat us in the gold medal count. But instead, we tied, which is fantastic.
But we won the tiebreaker though.
Well, the tiebreaker, yeah, we won the tiebreaker. So we actually, because we have more total medals, but as far as just like gold for gold, they almost had us.
Yeah, see, if the women's volleyball team would have just woken up, I don't know what the hell they were doing. I was yelling so early this morning. I was like, what are you doing? I mean, they came out with a silver. Congratulations. They were the defending Olympic champions, but well done to Italy. So they won. Well, I just thought we would have gotten a gold there, so which would have put us one over, but it's okay. We'll just have to do better in the LA. And I think LA, if we thought like the US did a major haul here, just wait till Los Angeles. I think the American athletes will be even more hyped to be, on American soil doing it.
Completely agree. So they're doing the rerun of the U.S. gold medal match right now. But I thought the opening ceremonies were freaking awesome, by the way, just to completely spoil it for Lulu. And I don't know if anyone else wants to chime in who's seen it or not seen it, or you can put your thumbs down if you haven't seen it. We won't spoil it too much.
No, you're not spoiling it for me. I'm really enjoying you too, going through it and talking about things that I missed because I was working, and things that I missed because at night I'm finishing up. So I'm enjoying this.
Well, I do have to ask you a question, like Travis. Like, did you like all of the U.S. like uniforms and stuff? Did you think Ralph Lauren? Do you think do you think they did a fantastic job?
The stuff that Ralph did, I liked, but some of the Nike stuff I didn't think was too sweet. I don't know.
Well, I don't like their closing ceremonies outfit. It's like hot
Really?
as
The
hell.
motorcycle jacket? It is
It's
a
like hot as
little
hell.
hot. Yeah.
I was like the UK. The UK looks like, they understood the assignments. I was like, I don't know who dressed the American team, but I'm like, it's
Well,
hot.
I mean, those jackets were 1,300 euros, so maybe there's like a cooling system in there or some crazy thing.
I hope so. Some deodorant too.
No, I think if Ralph Lauren and the other designers had have known about the AC and all that, I think they would have went a different direction. But actually, if you put on his polo shirt with the jeans and or the shorts or the skirt, that that was a great attire. I think he did good. Other than that, but the jacket thing, I think if he had known about it, oh, that wouldn't have been part of it of the
It was
fashion.
lighter than it looked for what it's worth, but it was definitely a jacket.
But I like the jacket.
The jacket was
I
freaking
like.
sweet. I really wish I could have afforded that jacket. Oh my gosh.
A lot of people's wishing that that's on their wish list for Christmas.
I did spill wine on an athlete's jacket and have to replace it though.
Oh, which athlete are you allowed to divulge?
I don't think I should divulge, but
It better not be Curry. You better not have
no,
spilled
no,
anything on
no,
Curry.
no.
It better not have been Simone Biles,
It wasn't Simone. No.
but it was one of the gymnasts, huh?
I'm not saying anything.
Come on,
Come on,
Travis.
you can do it,
Give
Travis.
it to us.
Nah, I don't think
What?
so.
God, you're not bragging. We can make you feel better about it.
You're just you're
It
just
wasn't
looking for
LeBron,
tea.
was
You're
it?
just looking for tea, Lou. I'm not giving it to you.
Well, yeah, because that's good tea.
There's a lot of tea. You don't even know the half
Okay,
of the tea.
let's gather. Do you think maybe like it wasn't enough that they heard the American like anthem like a lot in France? And then I just thought that I can't remember who sang it during the closing ceremonies, but she did a fantastic job.
It was
Why?
her.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, that's. I was like, why can't I think of the name? But did a fantastic. I'm like, these people are probably so sick of hearing our anthem. I'm like, sing it again, girl, sing it again. No, but seriously, she did a fantastic job. I can't wait for LA. They did a great presentation. I thought, right?
Oh yeah, they did great. Very good. Even the drama was pretty good.
Okay, where's our LA guy? Where did he go?
Oh, I was gonna say, I went to go work at Zach's, but if I was at home, I would have just taken a bird scooter right to the freaking where they were doing that in Venice. It looks sweet.
I know. So I think we should do like
Well,
we
let's
should
talk about
definitely wager
the
wire field trip.
at 420 we'll give out the bucket hat for what it's worth. Um, Lulu, the venues for LA are interesting because they just redid Inglewood Park where they did SoFi and then they're doing Intuit for the Clippers, which if you haven't seen Steve Ballmer, like go absolutely berserk about. It's like amazing. Then they have the Forum, and then they have like another thing. I don't know, but they just did a outdoor. They did a hard Halloween, which is a rave, or hard whatever. There, hard, which is a rave, and you could hear it from like 7 miles away. Apparently, were you? We weren't down.
Honey, it's like they were sitting in our
Oh, you heard
living
it
room.
too.
It was it was so horrible. It was horrible. And I was like, when they had Rolling Louds, it wasn't like this. It was
Really? Well, now
horrible.
they're not going to let them have outdoor concerts there, right?
Yeah, now they yeah. As of Thursday, they said no more.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So that did actually happen. People could hear that for real. Well, that's one area, right? And then they have the Staples Center downtown, and then you have the whole Santa Monica Beach, which will be interesting, and then the Venice Skate Park. I'm sure they're going to do like that BMX kind of setup that they did. Uh, they called it like the Plaza de Concorde in Paris, where they had like BMX, skateboarding, all that stuff. They'll probably do that in Venice if I had to guess. And then all the beach volleyball stuff on Santa Monica will be pretty cool. Then,
Because that's the birthplace of beach volleyball, is Santa Monica.
all right, there we go. There we go. I would assume that. Oh, they're gonna have sailing, which would be which would be pretty cool. Probably out of Marina Del Rey. Um.
Most definitely out of Marina Del
But
Rey.
guess what?
Because
But guess what?
what?
Like baseball and softball returned to the Olympics. So that's good because I'd rather watch that
Oh,
than
Caro, I've been dying to
breakdancing.
know. What did you think of the breakdancing?
Don't even start, Travis. Don't even start. Remember when I said to everybody, I was like, if we don't win a gold medal in breakdancing, I'm like, I'm done with it. I am done. I'm done. Okay, the experiment is over. No, no.
Okay. Well, when we were watching breakdancing in freaking Malta on Eurosport, we were like, I don't know.
I was like, so like my kid, my youngest, he's like, oh, because he was just like, he's like, didn't America invent it? Yes. He's like, uh, he's just like, and none of them look like they were
Didn't you
Americans
think
that
the whole thing
invented
was
them.
like a bit of a groaner? It was like, you watch like the hoops and the ribbons people, and they're like basically breakdancing, but like with style, maybe. I don't know.
Well, they had like way more talent or whatever. The breakdancing thing, I
Joe,
was just like,
yeah, Joseph wants to chime in. What's up, bro?
go ahead, Joseph.
Stupidest event I've ever seen. I can't believe that's an Olympic event. They got rid of baseball and softball. I know baseball is coming back in 2028. Great. I can't wait to see it. But come on now. What are we doing here? Like, I watched it for 5 minutes. My company, I just, no. Sorry.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
I
appreciate that.
I apologize. Beach volleyball. I'm sorry, Lita. Come in here, little Polly. She's like, it was Waikiki Beach. Oh yeah, but they played the
Oh, the
first.
surfing. The surfing was electric
No,
with
right. The surfing was great.
with the local who won. Yeah.
Yeah, he won, but but that's another thing too. Like, I'm glad an American won because like beach volleyball, I guess, surfing was, in Polynesian islands. So we just, yeah, we need to win that. But no, I guess the thing was created in Santa Monica where they did like a large area, I guess, for it, but it was Waikiki Beach. So stop being a listener. Come on in, Lita. So that way we can hear more stuff. But yeah,
So, question.
flag football is also coming.
Wait, flag football's coming?
Yep, for the 2028. And you know what? Here's the thing, Travis. We better get our shit together for flag. I realize there's a family program. God forgive me. I apologize. I'll be done with this ranting in just a second. So we better do better in flag football than we do in basketball 3-on-3. I was embarrassed. I was like, yeah, we invented the sport of basketball, but none of our teams made it. I mean, we were eliminated pretty quickly.
The women's soccer was electric, though.
It was electric, but let me tell you, flag football, we better have like some football players out there. Like
Flag football kind of sounds like it might be a breakdancing situation to me. The more I think
no,
about
it will not actually, because I've been watching flag football when they have the NFL is in charge of flag football in America. Thank God.
Right, because like too many people are getting CTE, I think. Is flag football really gonna be cool?
Yes, it's gonna be cool. Just think of it like
Flag
rugby
football
with
at the
flags.
Rose Bowl with like freaking 25 people watching is gonna be cool.
Excuse you, I'm gonna be watching. Lots of people are gonna be watching. The whole breakdancing thing. You know what sucked about the breakdancing thing too is the DJ. The DJ sucked too, which is terrible.
Was he just doing royalty-free jams, or what was the problem?
I was like, that is not.
Those moves, I seen that. Those moves was terrible. I don't even know how in the world they picked the team, whoever to come. I'm like, are they serious?
Like Boogaloo Shrimp. Boogaloo Shrimp was complaining about it. I'm like, listen, Joker, you could have been on with us. We could have talked about this, but no. He was just like, that wasn't good. Yeah, it wasn't good. But, I mean, I guess it gave like China another way to win a gold medal. I don't know.
Hi, I'm gonna give Grim a mic because Grim have something important to say. He goes in and out. He'll come up missing, but he has an interesting take on the women's gymnastics. I seen your speaker, Grim. Go ahead.
Go ahead. In the meantime,
make my day.
In the meantime, we should give out the bucket. Okay. So, after careful consideration and a slight dose of randomness, the winner of the bucket is Rosie Blue Eye. Congratulations, Rosie.
Congrats, Rosie! Woohoo!
Congrats, Rosie! Woohoo!
Congrats, Rosie. We weighted the results with people active in our community. So, congrats. You should Photoshop it on top of that dog.
Look at Travis being a photographer, a fashion photographer.
Wait, did you get my fashion photos, Lulu? You should post them in the you should post them in the comments. We could talk about them here. We'll put them on the jumbo.
Okay. I'm entering the elevator, so I'm going to be upstairs in a couple of seconds.
Okay, in the meantime, I'm going to try to look some of these up. So I try to do some amateur fashion photography for Lulu. We showed you guys the the actual uniforms that you could buy from Ralph Lauren, which were pretty pricey, but I was also careful to get some street photography here. Let's see if I can find something. Okay. Photo number 1.
Wait a second.
What?
Somebody who's close to Hollywood. I want to know if that's actually on the Hollywood sign.
I haven't checked outside yet, but I think that they like maybe did it one day and covered it up or something, or they just did it. That was like a pre-taped thing, though, no?
Yeah, it was, but I want to know if it's like on there now.
I guess we could check like traffic cameras and see if we can find a view of it. We can't see it from where we are right now. All right. I posted fashion, unsuspecting street fashion person number 1 in here. Boom. Look at that. I don't know if you can see this, Lulu. He's got the Planet Hollywood shirt. He's got the Skull Gucci cap, and he's got these Reeboks on. It's quintessential French hipster. I have even more whacked out ones. They also have really good pizza there, by the way. Neapolitan pizza. Okay. Okay, it looks like they're about ready to start the replay of the thing so everyone can listen along, which will be fun. They're doing like the overall recap of the stuff. I thought it was pretty electric, the whole thing, honestly. I can't believe that we got as many medals as we did, and we barely tied China in gold. I think at the Beijing games, we actually lost to them in.
They only have 800 million more people than we do, so I feel like we did great.
That's true. But Zach and I were talking about how the diversity of America is such a positive in these circumstances because, like, we have all different sorts of people with all different sorts of skill sets from everywhere that can do fun things, that can do all sorts of different feats, you know? Like, we have a bunch of people of Chinese descent. They don't really have a lot of other people of other descents, you know? It's a beautiful thing.
Okay, what are you doing?
What's Lulu doing? Or what am I doing?
What are you doing?
I'm looking for fashion photos. I just posted I'm just posting another one. Sorry. These guys are freaking insane. I gotta get Lulu's opinion. But there's like that whole street, Saint Germain, that's like amazing. I couldn't afford a single thing on there, but it's absolutely amazing. So there's our French. There's 3 kind of typical, I would call them Uber hipsters that you would encounter on the streets there. I should just post a couple other things. Congratulations to the people that won our Pez dispensers, by the way. Those are fun. I have a few more of those reserved for different giveaways in the team. We're going to start doing more jersey stuff. Congrats again to Rosie. I know Lulu's going to like this if she's listening. They had some pretty cool, white on white, tone on tone stuff. Like this vest was freaking sweet. They have whole brands that I ain't even heard of, but I understand why people get their clothes from Paris. Lulu, if you want to chime in and talk fashion, I'm about monologued out on my fashion here. She was just at SoFi for the preseason game. Let's see what else. Oh, Noah Lyles. How about that? That was like a freaking roller coaster. Okay, he wins on the instant replay or the photo finish. The 100-meter dash is epic, and then he comes out. He had COVID somehow, maybe like in the interim days between the events. Comes out, gets absolutely gassed in the 200, gets taken away in a wheelchair after like coming out super cocky. I thought that was like a crazy roller coaster. I don't know. How do you feel about? Wait, actually, I want to know if Joseph, you want to hop back here. I would love to know how you feel about Noah Lyles and Caro too. Anyone else? Even Grim here. Grim, come back over here.
Joseph, are you there?
Queen, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Oh, okay. I just posted something up at the top. I'm officially home.
Yay. So what did you think about the Paris fashions?
I thought the street fashions was on time. Street fashions because it's about people's style, their own style. But as far as a lot of the people that was dressing, um, I give it a C. Basically, I give it a C
These guys are absolutely
because
ridiculous. The ones that were posting
I
pictures.
think more people were dressing for the weather than anything, and then they wanted to be comfortable, so they went and put on a lot
You're
of
telling me this guy in the
whatever,
blouse?
pull here, pull
Can you hear
there.
me?
But the nightlife, it was totally
You
different.
can't
I
hear
love
You
Queen,
can't hear
can
him. You
you?
can't hear. No, I can hear. I mean, I can hear Lulu. I just don't think she can hear me.
No, you can't.
who,
Yeah, you
Travis.
can't hear Travis can't Travis can hear you, but you can't hear Travis. So can you pop back out, Travis, and come back in?
Yeah, I can do that.
Thanks. Go ahead, Queen.
Yeah, yeah. As far as the nightlife fashion, I loved. It's a lot of the browns and olives. You've seen a lot of people showing what's going to be the hot colors for fall. Browns and olives and that cherry burgundy, not red, but more of a burgundy. I like that. That was cool. But the day life was like, okay, t-shirts and whatever. That was, due to the weather, and that was you know that was on France. And the excuse that France used to why they didn't have the AC thing because the carbon copy was really dumb. Then why was you picked to host an
Well, they were
Olympics?
really serious
They,
about their carbon footprint and like global warming. So like,
I said carbon copy,
yeah, like
carbon
they were like they
footprint. I
wanted
mean,
everyone to bike. They wanted everyone to walk. They like,
Yeah,
yeah,
but you didn't get your shit together like to make sure that your river was okay to swim in. I was just laughing at them. But finally they got their
that's
crap
true.
together.
But we're
I
but we're
was
they had half the carbon footprint of London, and we're supposed to have half the carbon footprint of them, or like I think it's like zero carbon footprint is their goal, which is like
You know
insane.
what? If you want zero carbon footprint, everyone should stop breathing. There. Since that's not going to happen, I will happily go on with my little minor footprint. But I wanted to make sure everybody had a great time, and I think they did. I mean, you look like you had a great time,
I
Travis.
did. And when you returned your plastic cups, they give you like €3 off your next like drink.
That's awesome. So, can we ask about the American House? Like, where was it located?
Yeah,
Um,
it was in the old French Stock Exchange. So
uh,
it was like around. It was kind of in a diplomatic area, and it was like an old kind of two-story vaulted ceiling thing, and they had this blackboard where they would used to write down the stocks, and then there's like a circular kind of bar that you could lean on, but it was like not a bar; it was just like a big circular ledge almost, and in the middle was like a giant like a big cauldron, or I don't even know what it was, of cigar ash. And it was a historic cigar ash pit where people would just sit around that fucking circle, look at the stocks, and ash their cigars in the middle. Pretty crazy.
so was it really large enough to like fit a large enough or a large
So
amount of
it was
people?
it was like, yeah, it's huge. It was like a, but then I was like, when I went to the other houses, I realized our house was really tiny, and actually like we didn't really have as sick of a setup as like the Netherlands, which had like a concert venue and they just had like a rave every night, or the Colombian house, which was like which is an old mansion, but they like did way more with it on the outside. And the France thing was like an actual like summer festival with like multiple viewing areas, indoor, outdoor. So it'll be interesting to see what the USA House looks like in LA. I bet it'll be one of the beach clubs actually. Um, like there's like a couple private Santa Monica beach clubs. I actually bet that'll be it. It's interesting to think where the stuff will be in LA now, knowing like all the stuff that's needed. They'll probably do mountain biking through Griffith Park around the Hollywood sign and stuff. They'll do like the road race down the 405. It should be pretty cool. And then the Winter Olympics are in 2 years in Italy, and then the next Summer Olympics after LA is Brisbane.
Yes, field trip to Australia. It is so beautiful there. Um, Despite the fact that I have relatives there. Oh, let me just tell you, my cousin Shay, she and I were like being petty about the whole swimming thing, but of course we ended up on top. So she's being friendly now. But no, I was so happy about the swimming. Did you get to see any swimming? Like, what events did you actually get to see? I know you got to see rugby sevens, but where did you?
That was basically it. Then I was just like part of the culture. But Matt and Helena, who've been doing content for us, they went to a bunch of things, including beach volleyball. Which, if you follow us on Instagram, they were front row for beach volleyball, which was really cool. And then Alan, who cuts our videos, came out too. So it was a pretty fun time.
So is Matt and Alan coming back this week or?
Alan seems to be lost in the sauce. Actually, I was just texting him. He's still in Europe. Doesn't know. Doesn't have a return flight. Matt is in the south of France in Nice right now, and I think is returning in a week's time. It's yeah, people are going pretty rogue right now.
I like that segment they did on Wager Wire, asking people what does Wager Wire
Yeah,
when you think of Wager Wire.
that
That
was
was so
funny. The
funny.
hat company was my favorite.
Yeah, but it's
Yeah,
better than some of the answers I thought they were going to say. So I really like that, and I like the question about like when you think about America, what do you think of it? You know, you kind of hold your breath. But I mean, it was kind of funny. Like the guy said NBA, and then when asked about his favorite like American food, he said I think he said hamburger. I was just like, yeah. I was like, you met some really cool people. So
right. They wasn't rude people. That's the good
yeah,
part. But they wasn't rude to me when I was there, and I went there almost practically alone. They were very
They're much
kind
kinder
to
than I
me.
thought. They actually like love America right now. I couldn't even believe it. I think this did a lot for our reputation. I think globally, people forget that we can just dominate.
I think that when they sing, what we oh God, um,
what are you seeing at the
I,
ceremonies?
Are you watching them on record or what? Because they haven't started the replay yet on NBC.
I'm looking at my internet. What they were like? What? Oh, she had on a basically a swimsuit outfit with nothing else.
On your computer, is that
Really?
whose fault is that, Lulu?
Who's so? That's Newsbreak's fault.
Newsbreak is a fake company. Actually, if anyone has Newsbreak, should be careful. Yeah,
Right. Right. They're very fake, but this is a picture that they picked up. Never believe anything Newsbreak say about football. Period. Never believe it.
let's talk football. It's about to start, which is
Yes, it is.
exciting.
Mm-hmm.
Exciting.
Next weekend is the last weekend until football starts. There's going to be no Olympics. There's no football except preseason for NFL. But then, oh my gosh, I am so excited. Enjoy the season as it's coming because it'll go by too quickly.
Yeah, it's November the 10th would be here so quick. It would make our eyes spin. But I'm gonna enjoy every little minute. I'm gonna savor it because the off season is much longer. The older you get, the off season gets longer. It seems
That's a great
ridiculous.
quote. The older you get, the off season gets longer.
I just can't wait to see how the SEC rolls out. I can't wait.
What's your opinion?
My opinion is that it's going to be a dog eat dog. Ain't nobody safe. Nobody safe. And I think everybody thinking the top dogs like um, Georgia and I don't think it's going to end up that way. And that's the fascinating part about it.
Okay, I have to go soon, but I don't want to. This space can keep going if you want to.
Well, no, we can. You and Queen have taken care of the ceremony and talked about it. Um, Brian, he left, but I thought he had something to say about the closing ceremony. Um, but he probably had to rush back to finish up a writing. And I think you guys covered the good parts, which a lot of people didn't even see.
Including
So
you,
y'all made
Lulu.
it
You did
very
a whole
interesting.
space without having watched the closing ceremonies. It's crazy.
It's not crazy that just show you what level of smart you got on your payroll. That's what that show.
Oh
Booyah!
yeah.
Booyah!
But see, if you had like YouTube TV or something like that, you just record it and watch
Oh,
it,
we should have
whatever.
timed it where it was actually on the replay, which is what I thought it was, but it's okay. That's gonna
But
be at
I,
the top.
But I did. I recorded it.
Yeah, but it'd be
I
nice if we were
just
watching on replay together all throughout the space, live commentating it. But it's all good.
okay. What they're doing right now? I
They're
guarantee
cycling
you.
right
I
now, but
get.
I think in 20 minutes on with the repeat with the replay.
Oh, but it happens. It happens.
No,
I
it's all
mean,
good. It's all good.
I want everybody to have an input instead of my outline of it all.
That's one way to
You know.
put it. But I think that next time we'll just time it up as a watch party. Yeah.
yes, we'll do it as a watch party next time.
Yeah,
You
that'd be
know what would be
better because
better?
I
It'll
feel.
be nice to have a watch party when it's in LA and you both are there. So you guys can like,
I
We'll
think
all
that.
be there.
Yeah, I'll be there. I'll be there. But I thought, like I said, like my favorite. I mean, Curry. He's the man with ice in his veins, and he showed all that at the Olympics. He just, oh, he just like, whoa! Don't ever count me out because if I got a chance, I'm coming back. So he just was my hero of the
you know,
Olympics in 2024.
you know what I love too is like the women's game. Like it was definitely closer than I thought or whatever, but it was great that we did it twice. That we beat the French twice.
Right, right, right. And I was just so proud of the soccer team because it looked like every other day someone was down in them. They wasn't believing in them, and they kept pursuing goals. They kept on no matter what.
You know what I love
So
about America? Like we're good at the sports like we actually invented. I mean, well, take away breakdancing, but that shouldn't have even been there. But outside of that, I mean, we're even good at sports. We even win medals in sports that the English create, you know, like soccer. So, well, not the men's team. I was sitting there thinking, I wonder if Emma Hayes, the women's national coach, national teams coach, I wonder if she can coach the men's team as well. I feel like that would be a whole hell of a lot better for us. But yeah, I
well, she said what she say? It was love. They asked her, "What is it that you?" She says, "Love. We love each other enough to help each other." I like that. Um, but no one is saying anything about how Germany just out of nowhere um in the track and field just looked like they were like determined that they were going to fight. They had fight in them. The women's runners, I was just amazed at that. Even though Shakari looked at her and said, "Okay, you through playing? I'm going to take this goal right now. I'm going to take this heat right now." Okay, but I was I was very taken by Germany how the women was running. I really was.
you know what? If you have an opportunity, everybody go follow LA 28s. That is the Los Angeles 2028 Olympic and Paralympic Games official Twitter handle. So it's at LA 28. So that way you can keep up with what's going on. So it's going to be weird to wake up and not have anything to watch. It was cool to be able to watch all this stuff during the day. And then if you've missed something or whatever, watch the highlights at nighttime. So, yeah, that's going to be a bummer.
Congrats again to Rosie.
Congratulations,
Congrats,
Rosie.
Rosie.
And congratulations, Travis. You know, you did an excellent job there in
Try to take y'all with me.
Paris.
Thank you.
You did a fantastic job.
You did a great job. You especially with you had me having conversations with the people at work about the fashion.
I love that.
It's like which I told them because that one picture you sent me of the Ralph Lauren stuff, I kept on seeing the same color scheme. I said, you know what? It wouldn't be surprising if they try to make olive the color of fall. And what happened? Olive is the color, one of the
Oh,
colors of
interesting.
fall. 'Cause I kept seeing it, and remember that it was that sweater with the hood on.
The Lacoste
That's
poncho. Yeah,
yes, and it's olive gray. It was just everywhere.
yeah, it's a good
I was
color.
like,
Yeah,
wow. Yes, a complimentary color for everybody across the board. They could wear it. Yeah,
good stuff.
it's good, good, good. But didn't y'all think that LeBron James got a little older
Yeah, it wasn't
in
like
this
the
whole?
gray in his his beard, huh? It's like I was like, wow, he's looking old. Oh, Cass fan,
I,
hi. Sorry.
hi, cast fan. What did you like about the closing ceremonies of the Olympics?
Just the music in general, Snoop Dogg, Tom Cruise. It's just gonna be awesome.
Oh, okay, all right. I think the good part of it, everybody can take a little bit of their favorite things in each of the Olympics, and it can end up being a great Olympics, even though the drama, with all the drama, it still was could be a great. It still was a great Olympics, and I hope as the United States end up hosting, I hope they come out the phew, go go go. Let's do this. Yeah.
I
I'm.
think we can get gold. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say if anyone wants.
We can't hear you.
Oh, anybody in the crowd? Anyone can chime in the crowd too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because I know you're tired of hearing my thoughts. So
I'm not tired of
I know you.
hearing your thoughts. I just liked what Castfan had to say. I wondered
no,
if
I
you
know.
know.
I'm serious. I want more people like Cass fan to come up here and share their thoughts.
I always like people to talk with, and they just don't. So it's like let's all have a conversation around the round table, not just one person talking. Um, but yeah, I wish more would talk. Yes. But I can see, if you didn't look at a lot of it, then I can see why you're not talking. If you didn't look at a lot, yeah,
If you didn't watch it, you should watch it. It's freaking mind blowing.
yeah. It was just overall very interesting and very fun. Like I said, I the nightlife fashions was just off the chain. I love those boots that they were like the Timberlands, but they're not Timberlands. But I found out that the boots was $1,500. I'm like, what? What?
Yeah, but just think about it. We have 1,433 days until 14th of July, 2028. So we can all save our pennies maybe and get boots. And then
Are you serious? It's 1,000 how many days?
1,433. I got a countdown going.
That's awesome. I like that. That's awesome.
Now, when do tickets go on sale? Because I live in Arizona and I would like to go to the Olympics.
Oh, I'm glad that you asked that. Tickets will be going on sale 2 years from now. Hmm. Any other questions? I got all this. Well, I looked it up this morning, and then I
Yeah, if you save a year's worth, I'm sorry, if you save a year's worth of lunch, you can afford to go to a half an event. Just saying.
unless you live in LA, then half a year's lunch, and then you can afford it. Oh my gosh. Mm. Now I'm hungry. Hey, Beth,
Castfan, what events do you want to see?
Caspian. Caspian?
Oh,
What
I want to
events?
see basketball, swimming, just anything fun. I live in Arizona and I have a house in San Diego, so I was thinking that maybe I could go and see the Olympics for the first time ever.
I'd highly recommend it. We will see you there, brother.
there's a lot of cool things coming for
Well, there's also
Olympics.
FIFA, right?
Yeah, but there's
Coming
a
to
lot of
LA.
cool things coming. Like futsal will be there, freestyle skiing will be there. What else?
Like water
Ro-
skiing?
freestyle skiing. I don't know what that is. Roller speed skating. That will be there. Ski mountaineering, ski jumping,
Is this for the?
skeleton.
This is
Oh,
this for Italy, right?
yeah. Well, some of it's
Oh,
for Italy, some of it's for LA. But oh, you know what? I didn't get to see. I didn't get to see like trampoline. I don't understand why that didn't
oh
happen.
yeah. I didn't see trampoline either.
I can't stand them on trampoline. Every time I jump that high, I go through one of them holes and hurt myself. I don't get trampoline. I don't get it.
So there's baseball 5, which will make its Olympic debut. And then there's baseball, which will be softball essentially. It'll be softball. That's what they're calling baseball, softball, but it's just softball. But I'm interested to see what baseball 5 means.
So they only gonna have 5 members of each team playing.
I don't know. That's weird. It's Olympic debut, and they don't have anything else to put there. But that would be really interesting. And cricket is coming too, which we're not really good at cricket, but I'd much
Well, we
rather
beat
watch.
Pakistan recently in cricket.
We did beat Pakistan, so that's good. I just so that will be really that'll be really exciting. And then there's wushu. Wushu will be debuting as well.
What is wushu?
That is a good question. It sounds very Asian. So let's see. Wushu it's kung fu. Yes,
Kung Fu.
kung fu, a
Are you adding Kung
competitive
Fu to the
Chinese.
Olympics?
That's awesome. That'll be far more exciting than breakdancing.
What about break fighting? That could be like both combined.
That would be excellent. That would be really excellent. We just need to do better. So that's cool though. Wushu and squash is being added as well.
Okay, they're going crazy with these categories.
Well,
Yeah,
What is
they
the
went. Yeah, they didn't went
what is
too
the
far.
vetting
They didn't went
process of
too.
a new category here?
I don't know, but I just
Wait, Graham, if you're able to take the mic, I feel like if you've been trying to say something, I'd love to hear what it is.
so futsal is a 5-a-side format of football, well, soccer, and the only form of indoor football approved by the world governing body FIFA. Futsal emphasizes technique, creativity, improvising, and ball control. So and it has South American origins,
This is
which
a lot of stuff. Like
I
they,
know.
how are they going
But
to put
this
it
is a
all?
lot of stuff, though. But LA is huge, so they'll figure it out.
I mean, the thing that struck me a lot being there was like the logistics of all that stuff and make everything run on time and like the telecast too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I think they got too much time on their hands. They just sitting there taking out sports, putting everything doesn't need to be put in the Olympics at this point.
But I'm
Maybe they're
glad
trying to
though.
monetize. I don't know.
But I'm glad though surfing will be like in America rather than like in France. It was like obviously they couldn't have surfing in France, but it was in Tahiti, so not that many people could
Are they
watch
going to
it.
put it in Hawaii, or they got to have it off
No,
the
they're
California
putting it.
coast
Yeah, they're putting it in California.
in like Orange County or
It,
something?
I
Maverick.
don't know, but
I
it
think
would
it's going
be
to be Matt. Yeah.
insane. It would be insane to put it in Hawaii because then
No,
again,
it's
like Tahiti, like most people wouldn't. So that's why I'm glad because surfing should be in California.
well
So,
they do have the like surfing world championship or World Series or whatever it's called here every summer.
ooh, then we're going to have coastal rowing. Coastal rowing is a competitive sport where crews race along a coastline. So they're
Wait,
debuting
does
it.
that mean that no landlocked country can ever host, or how are they going to do?
Right, that's exactly what we're doing here. The two main disciplines of coastal rowing. So basically, it debuts at LA 2028. So there's going to be more events to see, more stuff for them to charge money for. But I am looking forward to the wushu. Let's make it a point for one of you guys to go see wushu. Wushu, karate. Oh, that would be awesome. That would be awesome to watch that.
I'll take myself out of that circle right now.
Oh, it'd be
If it's
fun. Kung Fu.
no, if it's kung fu, I don't know. I don't know. I'll be trying to get out there and kung fu them people.
I know, but see,
Uh-uh.
then you could be like, oh, I can do that in my boots. Absolutely. Yeah, so that would be awesome. And then yeah, they've got a lot of things to offer. So that's exciting for LA. It really is.
It's interesting.
I want to know what this baseball 5 is. I am not getting you right. Where's Joseph?
Okay, you got first base, second base, third base,
I don't know what
pitcher, and
we got to
catcher.
figure this. Yeah.
That's what it's gonna be. Those 5. Well, when they hit a home run, what happens? I don't
It's
know.
considered a safe haven game, whatever the hell that means. With many
So it's considered boring. It's gonna be boring.
with many of the same rules as baseball and softball. So the game revolves around 2 teams of 5 players taking turns playing offense and defense. So basically, it's like rugby sevens, except you're just having. So they're going to speed up the game with each of the offensive team's players taking turns hitting a small rubber ball. That's not baseball, with their bare hands into the field of play. And that, well, hell no. Why don't
I
they just bring
I
back?
told you it was gonna
Oh,
be
they have
boring.
3. They have 3 substitutes. This is gonna be boring. Ain't nobody want to watch that. I'm just kidding. I don't know. They have to show it to us, which is probably why they didn't. So I think Kung Fu will still be more exciting than that. But that's just interesting that they're adding. Maybe they think that. I think LA is bigger and it offers more, so maybe that's why they're. And roller speed skating. Yeah, that'll be like roller derby, except yeah. That should be interesting. They used to have this. It was 1938 at the Olympics there. Hmm. And then they had it in 1992, and then they dropped it. Oh, the Asian Games 2023 roller skating, of course. So yeah, we got to get on our roller skating or our speed skating. I see like that we need to do this, like make sure that we're good at this. But it doesn't really matter because the host country they are automatically qualified for every event that's there. So, okay, let me just
That's
talk to
interesting. I did
myself.
not know that.
Okay. Yeah, that's the thing about it. Like every host country they are automatically qualified.
See, that's probably why a lot of the host countries don't do so well because automatically they qualify and they're not up to the same level as other
What do you mean?
teams,
The
other
host countries
countries.
always do better when they're hosting.
No.
Yes.
Well, yeah, I mean, yeah, to a certain degree,
Not to a
you know,
certain degree, statistically.
well, France did much better this time than they ever have.
Exactly. And Brazil did better last time, and England had their best year in London. It's like, yeah.
But they're not like us. We just do good every year, every Olympics.
Okay, but let's not be putting out false stats here, okay?
I did not put out false
Accidentally,
stats.
you just didn't notice that, but that's okay. But it's statistically true that we'll do better each time because the narrative is we just had our best, year since 1904 in the total medal count. With the boost that you would get as a host nation, you could maybe have the most of all time.
False. It was 1984. You said 1904.
I know that was 1984 was the last time we hosted in LA, and then look at
Right.
before that, yeah.
Yeah. So, and then there's going to be a lot more events where we can win medal. Probably not wushu. Probably not where I'm just going to just gently like ease you into it. I just don't think we're going to do that great in Kung Fu. I want us to.
But do the Americans have a cricket team? Do the Americans have
Yeah,
a
we
Yeah,
just
we just
cricket?
beat
beat Pakistan.
Pakistan, who usually is like world, they usually are world cricket. It's either them, it's WCC, so it's usually them or Sri Lanka or India. I mean, see, that's another sport in which England created, and they just can't seem to win. Australia's really good too. So they're all like cricket. It's like baseball dressed up with you know, it's not as cool. I don't know. I don't think it's as cool as baseball, but they look good though, walking out there and they're all whatever. They look good walking out there. And then I don't know. It's the scoring is really quick too. So I like that.
What, in cricket?
Scoring is quick.
Yeah. Like I said, I have family that play it, but I couldn't tell you the bat, the thing that it looks like a bat, but a paddle. I still don't get how they use that. And it it
We
looks
should do a
comp-
getting you. We should do like a space with teaching people about the cricket, whatever. But this time we need to find someone that actually plays cricket. So it's got to be a American Cricket Association.
Brian,
Oh, here
please
comes
save
Brian.
us with some semblance of something. Yeah.
he said some semblance of something.
Well, okay, that's all I have. No,
Come on.
no, what do you guys? I mean, cricket is cool. Cricket, you're just going to have a lot of these. Some of these sports, you're just going to have like table tennis. You have like mostly Asians in other countries, so you have these Asian people representing, the Netherlands or something, that you don't expect. So you're going to have Asian people probably representing U.S. in wushu or things like that. And when you say wushu, I get hungry because I expect Chinese food.
Well, it is Chinese, so ding ding ding. It's Chinese martial arts.
Well,
I
I
mean,
expect
that's
I expect pork to be after that.
pork lo mein. I'm hungry. I'll be back. I'm gonna go order dinner. I'm not kidding about this. Now I'm hungry.
But bump, bump, bump. Okay. Oh my goodness. So why is it that? Well, if they're Americans and they do shoot, then they can represent the Americans. Simple as that. Okay, that's fine. Um, but other new, Travis, anything else new that is coming that they're going to introduce?
Well, we're gonna start. We should all start playing RT Sports as a community. It's freaking awesome, by the way, and we can give everyone who signs up credit. And whether it's daily fantasy or like the tournament that we all did, the last playoffs, that's coming. We also
Mm-hmm.
entered Circa Survivor, so we have 2 entries. That's where it's for like the $10 million grand prize. Zach and I went down to the window at the Circa in Las Vegas last weekend, and we have 2 entries. And one of them we're going to use. We're going to take the community pulse on who we should pick each week. Last year we got to the Thanksgiving. We crashed out on the Bengals, which was devastating. But yeah, what's the prize up to? Is it 10 million plus right now? Guaranteed to be at least 10. It's guaranteed to be at least 10.
Oh, okay, that's exciting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was a bummer. Bengals was getting it together, but then they just hit that wall. That was a bummer.
It was a total bummer. Then they fell apart, and oh my god, it was like trauma.
And the 49ers, Christian McCaffrey, that news threw a monkey wrench in the fantasy world about him being hurt right now and won't be back. He's going to be out for 3 weeks. So the underdog, a lot of people are just holding court to see what happens next.
Hey, Lulu. Speaking
Yeah.
of fantasy leagues, don't we have a fantasy league that still has some openings?
Yes, we do. We have 7 openings in our Brian and myself fantasy league. It's called Queen and Kings. Anyone would
What
like to
platform
join
do you
is
guys
welcome
use
to join.
on that, by the way? Just like
Yeah,
Yahoo or
Yahoo.
what? Yahoo.
Yeah, Yahoo.
Yahoo. Wait, Brian, didn't you say you used RT before in the past?
Yes, I use it currently for my pay league.
Oh my god, amazing! If you helped us like make a league over there, we could give money to everyone in the community for joining it. Let's get together on that because we have a partnership with them, so they would love our community to come over and play there, and we could bonus people their entry fees and stuff.
We should do
Okay.
it like we did like the last one we played. That was fun.
It can be new. It can be different than your king and queen one. This can just be like a thing that we put together for the broader community because we want to do one anyway.
Right. But the one that we did like the last time, that was fun.
That was fun for the playoffs.
That was fun.
Yeah,
Yeah, we should do something like that we should do something like that. That was fun.
yeah, we can definitely do that. We can do whatever we want. Like, so whatever's fun for you guys. I want to make it fun. Cool. That's all I got, but you guys can feel free to keep going on if you want.
Well, thank you for your input. Thank you for your help today, and woohoo again for your contest giveaway that you had today. Thank you very much.
Yay! I am going to eat. I am so hungry. I need Chinese. Thank you, Brian.
That actually sounds good.
The closing ceremony was brought to you by WagerWire. We thank WagerWire, and WagerWire is one word. You go to the App Store, Google Store, download it, get familiar with it, and sign up. And you can use slot machines. You can see what the community's into. You can see the different writings with the different people on the app and read their articles. And they have this fantastic little thing called the Better Calculator. You would love, in case you want to cash out your bets. Don't do it before you use the bet calculator because it will tell you exactly what your bet is worth, and it won't cheat you out of anything. And it's fun and everything on it. You can, when about the bet calculator, you can see it before you say yes to anybody. And we want everybody to have fun with everything on the Wager Wars app. We love for you to have fun. But if you find yourself a little overwhelmed and in trouble, we have a 1-800 gamblers number that you can use. And you can talk to someone. You don't have to reveal who you are, and they're there to talk to you. And I thank everybody for coming out and listening to us talk about the closing ceremony, even though I only could see so much, and but we try to have fun and have fun anyway. Um, anything, Travis, you want to say?
No, hope everyone had fun. We'll see you guys soon.
Oh, and we had we have a new member of the family to put in our spiel. Um, Travis, tell us about it.
Tell us about what?
Um, Queen Carolina, is she still here?
Speak
The
on.
new thing, she left. That we were to put in our spiel about Wager Wire. Um, I'm sorry, I'm still on game
It's all good.
time,
It's
but
all
I
good.
left.
I mean, there's a lot going on with WageWire. Everyone here knows it. But we're gonna keep, actually like gamifying it a little bit. Make sure that you guys get something out of it for playing around.
Okay, that's. I think that would be fun. It sounds like it's fun, Travis.
It is super fun. I mean, you
The
can
one
buy
you.
and sell daily fantasy entries on WagerWire through RT Sports, which is great. But we can all do a walkthrough of that as a community, so you guys know what I'm talking about. And yeah.
What I was talking about is get paid to create branded sports experiences, and that's a part of the
Oh
Wager
yeah.
Wire.
If you guys want to come get trained, I know that some people went through it like the end of the summer, or like I don't even know how many months ago that was actually. But we're putting a pretty robust program together for football season where you can make money for every fantasy sign up or sportsbook sign up. And we actually have a system that makes it as easy as possible. People like Mindy are out there making like thousands of dollars a month doing this. Actually, I would encourage everyone just to like hear it out and like enroll in the program because you can make a ton of cash, especially if you're just sitting around watching football. And if you're in an iCasino state and you sign people up for an iCasino, you get even more money. There's like weekly bonuses. Yeah. So I know some people get paid here as creators and stuff, but the real money is in the sportsbook conversions, and you can use your shows to do that, and we can show you ways to do that.
Thank you. That's why I like when you're on. Um, you got all of us in one room, and you can introduce these things, brand new things, and people can look into them. Thank
Thank
you,
you.
Travis. And like he said, that's another way to make extra money. Who doesn't need extra money these days?
We make money when
Um,
you guys make money on that. So like, unlike the shows, which are just kind of like, it's like it's whatever. That's the shows. This is like if you really wanted to make money on a side hustle and use your shows as a platform. We make money when you make money, and we like audit the casino and get the cash and actually pay you guys before we're even paid. But it's like a mutually beneficial thing. So encourage everybody just to reach out to Caro if they're interested. Put you through the process.
it sounds fun. Sounds great. Thanks again, everybody, for coming here. Your favorite cousin, your favorite boss, and your favorite Queen Carolina. Y'all have a good evening and talk to y'all soon.
Right.
Good night.